2000. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Jerry, you are highly welcome on this section of our interaction today. I want to officially welcome you to MBS 92.5 FM Cafe, and you are listening to Campus Gist. I'm your man, City Soldier, right here in the studio with my friend on radio, Rafizu. Rafizu just got you through right there with that MBS solid spot review, and I'm telling you, there is nothing less about that because he's somebody who will give you the best of what you expect. So that's it right there, Rafizu. So now here you're still going to be feeling another vibes of Rafizu here on our campus platform. I've been telling him that one thing is missing out here is for the fact that we don't have a segment of sport on our campus platform where we can give people updates on what is going on across the sports activities, within the campuses in the country. We talked about last time, we talked about the Luga, that's the Nigerian university games that went on this very month of November in just okay. So it's another big thing again, but so we're gonna have to take a look and give us. We want to know more about sport activities within the campus communities, on our platform right here. Without taking too much time, moving on to the next chapter faster. Before we go on to give you updates for today's edition on our campus platform, we are going to be joined in the studio here with one prominent Nigerian who is very vibrant in the activities of students on campus. It's not just that alone, but also completely youth entirely. Somebody who is out there trying to make sure that he engaged the youth to be sensitized and sanitized in the society. Somebody who's trying to look out for decency in the society. I'm privileged to let you know that I'm right here with the CEO of Gbb. Okay, you're all welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Wow.
It's my honor to be here this afternoon, and I'm Engineer Brian Moses. Also, I'm the CEO, founder of the Grassroots Bridge Builders, and the campus is founded in the grassroots.
Yeah.
So we are really going to be touching very few things that is vital to us in the campus.
I love that. The campuses are founded within the grassroots. I've always told people, I say every community where you found a campus, give that community a short period of time, it's going to be developed.
Sure.
And that's what we're seeing right now. We can see where these campuses are situated and located. Anytime they are off sections, we discover that business activities go low. Okay, so that's how important our campus community are. And we need to take them in that very high esteem to ensure that we establish them. So without taking too much time, let's quickly move on to our updates for today's edition of our campus platform. Rafizu.
All right, very quickly, I'll get some updates here, and this is coming from the Indian peoples, and we get to understand that the Governing Council of the Umar Musa Yar'Adua University in Katsina State has approved the promotion of 19 lecturers to the rank of professors. This is contained in a statement in Katsina on Saturday by the Assistant Chief Information and Protocol Officer, Office of the Vice Chancellor, Nabila Dahiru Anche. According to her, the government followed the 56th meeting of the Governing Council, which approved the promotion of 113 academic staff with effect from October 1st. She said that the meeting held on November 27 also welcomed the newly appointed Pro-Chancellor of the University, Senator Hadi Abubakar Sirika. She stated, among the academic staff, 19 were promoted to the rank of professors, 20 to readers, 31 were promoted to senior lecturer, 17 to lecturer 1, and 26 to the rank of lecturer 2. In addition, 36 staff were converted to various cadres and upgraded to higher ranks. So coming from this particular university, Umar Musa Yar'Adua University.
It's a good one.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's a good one having to see where these people are being promoted. We want to see more of the academic excellence in our country and also see the practicalization of this academic excellence in the country, in our activities, in our day-to-day functions is one thing that we are also looking out for. As I've been saying, sometimes I say you look at a lot of people that have contributed to the great, modest of the Africa and Nigeria to be precise, with people who are now professors. Talking about people like Sam Baka Tafawa Balewa, you talk about people like Amadi Bello, you talk about people like late Dr. Anandi Asiki. When you talk about all of these people, these are people that have coinage of ideologies and theories that molded the whole Africa put together. But now that we have numbers, a lot of professors, so many professors in their numbers, it's becoming difficult for us to see a modest, it's a model society where we can have, decency, sanity, and all of that. So we pray for our professors to be people who are beginning to see themselves as scholars, okay, people who can shape the structural system of our country and that of Africa. There are a lot of projects nowadays, students who write projects, you can bear with me that when you are making your citations, acknowledgements, and quotations, you're going to find out that people that you use on your acknowledgement papers or quotations or the resource materials you use, most of them are people who have died long ago. People who are no more in existence for a very long time. What is going on with our scholars in our modern generation? What is happening? But I will not put the blame on them alone. We also have responsibility to play because we need to begin to question them. We need to begin to question their ideologies. We need to begin to question, for example, you are talking about insecurities in the country. We have professors that have studied to the extreme of knowledge. Which knowledge again would you require that you wouldn't have about addressing the issue of insecurity? So you see, the only thing we need is practicalizing this knowledge. And we have a prominent Nigerian who is here with us in the studio can give us one or two contributions to that.
Well, thank you very much. I would like to slow down the velocity of our communication so that the ordinary Nigerians can understand us better.
Exactly.
Because this is one of the most laudable platforms that communication can reach out to the people at the grassroots.
Exactly.
Now, you made mention of the professorship. The country academic value is in the hands of this people.
Yes.
And when the school is beginning to lose the structure academically, the value of our education certificate is finished. That's why a graduate from Nigerian university, very prominent university in Nigeria, will travel to abroad and will be requested to do an English improvement program. It's an embarrassment on our academic system. Part of these things will put it into a very serious consideration to build a new Nigeria, the intellectual youth. And these youths, they are all in the campus.
Exactly.
So my comment this afternoon, the professorship, the numbers of certificate you have does not matter in this jet. You must have other skills that value high level and low level. What matters is that let there be skills for you.
All right. Skill. So going back to the next item, that's powerful contribution right there from GGB. It's from GBB. I want to add a lot of G on that
Because too many G's are from after God, the next guys are G, and now G is coming. So quite like.
So my friends, so let's go on with the next item on our discussion today.
That's wonderful. I think just before GBB,
Yeah.
I started some things concerning the report. I think you made mention of about security, insecurity, and I think this report has actually been aligned with that. And let's get to see how it comes. And it's coming from the University World News Africa edition. And we get to understand that at least 10 higher education institutions in Kenya and Bauchi states in Nigeria have been closed indefinitely, owing to escalating security challenges in the country that have included the abduction of hundreds of civilians during November alone. Based on media report in Nigeria, between 300 and 400 school children have been kidnapped in November across 19 of the country's 36 states, giving rise to concern about the safety of tertiary students who have also been targeted in these attacks in the past, as recently as September and October. The latest incidents increased figures that we have released earlier this year in July. The National Human Rights Commission said 2,266 people were killed and 857 were abducted in the first half of 2025, as reported by Punch.
Anyway, that's another one. Just like what you say, it's quite in line with what we talked about earlier on, and that's the more reason why we are looking at here, and that's also another reason why we have the CEO of Gbb, who just made mention of the need for affiliation of acquisition skills, within this set of people. Let the campus community be in a form where we begin to get skills. Now, some of these skills might go beyond just cake making and baking and all of that. A lot of people feel when you talk about skill acquisition, it's about tailoring, how you can sew fashion clothes, and how you can make cakes, how you can bake chin choppers, what they call that?
Small chops.
Small chops.
they already call it small chops. So that makes it kind of bigger than that. So, but that he just said on the security aspect in the country, it's a very sensitive area.
Yes.
And I want to also draw your attention to something.
Yes, please.
The government cannot do it all. And the security of the nation and the protection of property is in the hand of everybody.
Exactly.
It's me and you are the security. How many police do we have in this country? Just about 30,000 or something. They want to make it 50,000 thereabout, allegedly. Now, the citizens themselves see crime more than the police.
Yeah.
Now we have 15 campuses in Nasarawa State, right?
More than.
Okay.
More than.
Now,
We have more than 50.
everybody is going to come on alignment.
Yes, because the last edition of the Face of Campuses within the 2021, we had about 15 campuses that contested in Nasarawa State alone. But they were more than, but the one that we were able to capture on the contest were 50. I went to each of the campuses by myself.
Now, the national security is for intervention. But the security of life and property, who is going there is for me and you. Operation Know Yourself.
Oh my God.
You are complaining the government is not doing it well. You, as a Nigerian, what are you doing? What is your contribution to this? At all levels, we have something to offer. Now, you are leaving your house in the morning. You're going to the office, you get well, you wake up with the money, you go to the bed, you dress, you sit down, you went to the bathroom, take a shower. Everything you use in your house, somebody made those things.
Exactly.
Now, security is a service that protects me and you. That means we are involved. I wouldn't say thank God. Mr. President has said that should withdraw all the private securities to be able to do their right duty. This is not because they want to expose them, but because the people, the ordinary people, require more security. These are people that want to benefit.
Wow, that's a huge one right there, right? So coming back to the updates, we just had that one. So I think without taking too much time, we're going to move right away quickly to get to see how we can drive down to a brief music break here, and then we will move on to the next chapter faster to discuss fully with the GBB and the studio here to tell us a couple of things about especially the skill acquisitions, the specific skill acquisitions we're looking at, and then we'll look at also, we have another trending issue about the issue of drug abuse, especially within the campus community. We have been talking about that back to back, and today is a grace of discussion to be having GBB here. We'll be talking more also about some of the resolutions to address such kind of issue. Let's go on a brief music break. You're still listening to MBS now, the 2.5 FM Cafe, and this is MBS Campus Gist, and I'm your man, City Soldier. Don't go nowhere on touch that. Let's go. These are songs from students. Beautiful.
Now,
I feel
because it's from the student.
yes. These are students outside.
What does those students need is just a plan.
If you no get money, make you no best. It's all about the hustle, brother, make you no stress.
Now,
Share this take it them children and we don't know.
if you don't have money, if you don't get money,
Taking everybody's sides, taking
He has
everybody.
communicated
They're trying to make you snitching on the brothers. And everybody wanna mess with you to get the purpose. Isolation everywhere, the virus keeps spreading. I just stay here praying more harder. Even the economy nowhere, my brother. Suicide bombing, suicide bombing. Bring the harmony and more love and more heaven. I just wanna have it all of me, all of it. Respect, peace, and unity and forefathers. I just wanna have it all. I just wanna have it all of it, all of it. I know someday all the hustling go better. I know one day my brother you go better. I know someday every rubber lets me better. I know someday we just tryna make it better. I know one day all the hustling go better. I know someday my brother you go better. I know someday every rubber love you better. I know someday we just tryna make it better.
That's what we have. People like you who are still initiating, project that will give hope to the country. This is the beginning of New Nigeria. This project.
One day, 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 one day.
He said, I will lift 50 million from poverty.
So we
How
go
are you coming up? What is your methodology?
So we go
How do you want to
there
achieve it? With Mr. President,
So we go there one time prayer.
so we're not agitating. We're only making noise.
I know one day we gon' make the world a better place. If you know love me, my brother, I will love you. And I know someday everyone will love you better.
Let me bring this up. Like I'm just vibrating right here in the studio talking with Gbb. I am telling you it's something that you just gotta get connected to Gbb. I'm telling you, because you're never gonna be the same. You are welcome back right here from that break. Now still on 92.5 FM KPI. You are listening to MBS Campus Gist. Still in the studio right here with my man Rafizu. Rafizu, you're not saying anything. Rafizu, talk.
I'm actually going to speak, definitely. And you know, you were saying something, and same way you were sensing it, I was sensing the same. I wish that particular conversation he was having, I shouldn't just be the beneficiary.
Yeah.
But we'll get back on air so that other people can also benefit from it. If we are getting that alone, then we're not helping.
You know, I look at Gbb. I told her, I said, you are a divine creature. You are a mobile knowledge. You know, I call him a divine brother, a mobile knowledge to Nigeria. I've always been telling people that, believe me, we have people that have ideas that can solve the problem of Nigeria with snap of finger like this.
Yes.
But the only problem is how to discover them, you know, then communicate them.
Yes.
Make them known to the people. Because most of these people sometimes are more like people who don't have money in Ghana must go. Bags of money Ghana
Sons of nobody.
Yeah, who can carry the bags of money Ghana must go and take it to all the media houses, and media houses will put them on. But ideologies have proven to us that most of the most successful people in the world are people who came from the most less privileged homes. So let's come back right here in the studio with Gbb. So I'm just I want to let you know that you are a mobile knowledge.
Thank you.
So tell us one or two things about these key acquisitions and how these young people can be taken away from the street, especially in line with the president's mandate.
And of course, arranged with the fact that this is a platform for students, and which we must accept the reality that most of the students they lack or to hold on to. So I think it's timely coming in here. It's actually timely. So we need to know, and definitely they are going to be updated on what is expected.
Okay. Thank you again, our listeners. This is 92.5 FM, the station that celebrates the beauty of one. Before we open up the whole bag, I want to ask ourselves a very simple question. This question, once we answer this question for ourselves, then our problem is solved.
Wow. This is just coming from a half-part opening.
Opportunity comes but once. That's what kept an evil man long outside the city. He's waiting for the opportunity, but the opportunity is here. The youth, the Bible called them children, because the children of the youth, they grow to become the adults. So when we come out as children, we come out and our biological parents begin to nurture, put us together, and then we are growing up, we're beginning, and then they handed us over, which is the institution, which is the campus that we are putting the voice right now, which is where the sex of the youth, the high number population of the black nation in the world are in the institution.
Exactly.
And that is where we learn everything from. That is where we learn courtesy. That is where we learn drugs of all kinds. That is where we learn generational pornography. That is where we learn alcoholism. That is where we learn all negativities. But one thing that is sure is that the youth are the set of people that their ways are not yet set. Wow. So you can easily groom them. It is easier to groom a youth than to mend an adult. So if we allow our youth to remain in the institution without our proper sensitization, giving them the right knowledge about the effect and the impact of these drugs, at the end of this decade, we have no generation. So on this voice, I want to appreciate you, my brother, for standing tall for the youth.
All kudos to now the 2.5.
I will be taking your voice to every offices in this country. That youth in Africa. You made mention of the NDLA.
Yes.
The NDLA is a divine contact for you. It's not the institution that is the problem. It's the set of the people and the ways they approach the negative part of it. The MDLA Oga, let me bring the language down, is the man that says, how do we talk to this our youth? We don't need to go to them with guns, with knives, with arms. We need to bring them to ourselves. So we need to engage the civic services of campuses, NGOs, and partners. And I believe with this approach, some youth that are already being trapped in that aspect, we want to come out willingly because there's something for them now to do.
Exactly. Wow.
So on that note, we are assuring all the youth that are maybe feeling that something has gone wrong with them because of one or two. Everything that is happening in this country that is negative is associated to that thing. Some of them doesn't have the mind, but after it, they are strong as the iron. Some of them will not regret it until after it. So this thing is the giant that is before us. And the only way we can get over it is to skill the youth even while they're in school. That is why we must enter the campus.
Wow, this is a huge one right here, ladies and gentlemen. Without taking too much time, let's quickly go listen to this interview that we had last time. With this series of interview with Mr. Agakos, former NDLA area commander, Kefi local governor, down to Akwanga local government area. And right now, as we're talking, Mr. Agakos NWC is actually the deputy commander of NDLA narcotics, Nasarawa State. That's where he has gone right now. He has gone that far. So let's listen to the last interview he did before he left Kefi, when he was talking about, community who came out, to testify about this, and also call NDLA communities that were fighting NDLA. People now call NDLA to come and partner with them. Let's go listen to this interview.
City of Kefi. You ready?
I am loving this. Wow. My boss. My divine brother. I am loving this. Okay, Nigerians, it's been a wonderful time right here interacting with the NDLEA in Kefi local government area of Nasarawa State. It has always been a good time, talking to the area commander and the president of Mr. Agakus, who is doing wonderful works back to back, going places, and ensuring that this community is actually a drug-free community. There is a phenomenon that says a drug-free society is a crime-free society. So the war against drug abuse is the war for everybody right here, right now. Once again, let's officially welcome our guest in the studio right now without taking too much time. You are highly welcome on this platform once again.
Oh, thank you very much, City Soldier.
Wow.
Glad to see you again.
It has always been wonderful talking with you. You know, you have always been one active person who is up and doing to ensure that we have sanities in this community, and we are so glad to have you on this edition right here right now. So, how far so far?
Oh, so far so good. We are doing our best. We are not relenting. We are doing what we're supposed to do, and by the special grace of God, other people that have known our importance have joined us in the fight against drug abuse. I think a few days ago, some youth from this neighborhood market, Yara community, came.
Wow.
Yes, they came here that they want to join us in the fight against drug abuse. They have realized all these things we have been talking about, that the drug has led to criminal activities in their area, that their children and their wife, when they are passing through, they will collect their handset. Those drug dealers and addicts around them will collect their handset and other valuables from them. Now they have joined hands with us in the fight against drug abuse.
Wow. This is a very good news to me. Yes, your message is actually going places. You know, a lot of people may not understand when you keep talking about these issues of sensitizing communities about this, but I'm so happy because it's actually yielding result now for us to have communities such as Yara community coming all the way to your office, and that is what we expect every other community respond to this great message that you are actually been sharing out to communities out there, instead of fighting your personnel, fighting and trying to vandalize your mechanisms that you go around trying to secure the safety of this community right here right now. So what is your message now to Nigerians, and more especially Nassau State and Kefi local government area, to be precise?
Oh, great. My message to Nigerians and to be specific, Kefi local government is that every hand must be on deck. All of us should come out and fight this scourge. It's a very, very dangerous scourge. If nothing is done about it, it will eat the fabrics of the society. Why am I saying so? This area community have realized the importance of the fight. Now they want to join hands with NDA to fight this issue of drug abuse because it's affecting them. So what I'm saying now is this is the time for everybody to join hands in the fight against drug abuse. You see, the Yara community has now realized what we have been saying. They have come up to join hands with us in the fight against drug abuse because they know that this thing is eating deep into their family members. So when you realize that this drug is a gateway to other crime, as I've already always emphasized, it's a time for everybody to join hands because if you allow it, not something is not done about it, there will be a time in this community nobody can be able to move around in his community because when they take drug, it will trigger them to commit other crime. That is it about it.
And just like the Yara community people are actually experiencing right now, where their wives and their children cannot freely move around the community, you can imagine their wives going out, maybe probably in the evening or something, and somebody snatched their purse, snatched their money. You imagine you're going to the market and all of a sudden somebody snatch your handbag. And now that you have actually stepped into it and it's a good development, what can you tell other communities to be precise, especially communities within Kefi local government area?
Yes, other communities join hands. This other community is a community where the present chairman of the local government come from. Wow. So they have seen the need for them also to fight drug abuse. Even the local government chairman have seen the need for his own community to fight this drug abuse because it is affecting them now. So other communities in Kefi, it's time for all of us to join hands and fight drug abuse, and trafficking.
Wow. So you heard that, right? That's a very long interview, but we cannot take the whole time listening to it. I just want to give you that little there to agree with what Comrade Ibrahim is also talking about here in the studio, so you can understand that this is a massive, a huge message to everybody out there. So coming back in the studio right here, Comrade, what can you say are some of these skills that you feel if these young people are engaged in these skills, they can actually abstain from such criminal or such behaviors?
Okay, thank you very much. Our listeners and viewers on our social media handle.
Yeah.
This is an interactive section.
Yes.
And I believe it's truly endowed and it can make a change in our life. The essence of we talking from radio is for you to listen and change.
Exactly.
We will not continue to be children. Some days we look at becoming the leader that the children will be speaking to us the way we are now talking to those ahead of us. So we must prepare a gateway that could either accommodate us through IP or through being nailed down. I want to be able to go into the future
Exactly.
with the children. So, GBB is a laudable platform. The grassroots break leaders is in partnership with the federal government. And one of the aims of the vision of the platform is to skill up the 50 million youths that Mr. President promised to lift from poverty through skills acquisition.
Exactly.
Now, when we say skill, the question is what kind of skill?
Yeah.
I want to be very straightforward because there's no time for us to romance words anymore. The governments themselves have lapses. And we, the citizens, have not been able to put ourselves together. And once we are scattered, once we are not together, once the vision is not clear, you don't have agitation.
Exactly.
The campus is one of the most recruit sector of the human population,
Exactly.
where everything takes off from. And that is where we are supposed to intensify our effort. So I also want to congratulate our president for allowing campuses and institutions to bring in entrepreneurship skills.
Yes, because almost every tertiary institution right now have an affiliated or a related section for entrepreneurship activities.
That is the first step of liberating the youth of Nigeria.
Okay.
But the skills that our politicians, those people who are not ready to move the country forward, the office of a politician is a gateway to reach out to the people because Mr. President cannot go to everybody's door and knock at the door.
Exactly.
But when this opportunity is given, and then the son of a nobody who is far away in Ubomosho, who is far away in Kenya, who has nobody to speak out for, how does this person get this opportunity? This is why the grassroots recognize here.
The GBB. Wow.
We must make sure
Wow.
that the footwork of making sure that this agenda of Mr. President lifting 50 million youth from poverty on your mandate to stand, is not a mantra. We want our leaders to take this very serious as the voice of Mr. President because the campus is where the future of Nigeria lies. I want to use this opportunity to tell you, Nigerian youth, that the skills we have is enough to accommodate us even while we're in school. One of the major problems before now is the learning center.
Yes.
When you talk about training the people, you are talking about getting a hall, and then how much do you need to pay for this hall? Maybe it's just one thing you want to give back to the society, you don't even have the money. The student who wants to learn this thing does not even have the money to pay. How do you get a hall? That is why you see that only the son of the big men are doing investment within the city because the son of the ordinary people with good ideas cannot afford to establish that idea, so he dies in them.
Oh my God.
Now from the campus, you have learned how to what? Make trades.
Yes.
The next thing is for me to look at the big shore market around the world and say, okay, how do I get this young man certified? First of all, is to register a company for him. And once a company is registered, it becomes an entity.
Yes.
It does not mean that 10 persons in University of Kefi here register a company to do buying and selling. And tomorrow when they're out of school, the company is a multi-billion-dollar business company. It doesn't start from today. So I want us to go back to the drawing board and think how. That how is why GBB is here.
Wow. So if I get you right, let me look at it from this perspective and add up to the resourceful initiative you put it up on ground. It's more like when these people have these skills, now you are trying to teach them how to channel the skills and then how to trade.
Of
with
course.
This. Oh my God. This
Because
is huge.
The problem
This
we
is
have
huge.
gotten is that when the government train the people, all the government do, they train the people, the money made for the starter kit or to set them up are often not given to them. if we continue to lie to ourselves, we will remain where we are. This is the time that we need to tell ourselves the truth. We students have failed many places because my mission of going to school is to study and become my father's hope. And then I join drugs. Then instead of becoming my father's hope, my father becomes hopeless.
This is pathetic. Now, this is one thing that we've been trying to work on. We had a campaign we were trying to fly title, grab the mic and drop the drugs. Then another aspect of that campaign was intercampus trade fair. Well, we're going to start it from state to state. For example, intercampus trade fair as our state, where all the entrepreneurship centers in all the campuses in the state will come out to showcase what they are good in producing and how can those products be beneficiary to the people within the campus communities and also the entire communities out there. So I feel with what you're bringing right now, it's about discovering these young people, looking at the resourceful initiative, these skills that are very resourceful, and then how to channel them where they can get resources for these skills to be mass produced, especially those ones that have promising skills of producing household items. You can imagine things that you can travel all the way to Lagos to go and buy. Your campus can produce right here. So why don't we support them?
Let me just tell you something that baffled me, and I keep saying something is not wrong with us as a people or as family. If Mr. A is making mistake, why don't I tell Mr. A?
Exactly.
I won't tell Mr. A, I will complain. That complaint is what has kept us here. It's time for us to start a new beginning.
Wow. Rafizi, you just watch it, GBB.
It's time for us to start a new beginning.
The thing is, I'm actually enjoying it. Yes, that's the fact. I'm enjoying the updates, and let me say, it is coming timely, owing to the fact that the country is not really safe. And when you check it vividly, you discover that most of the people are causing these harms are youth.
Yes.
They are the one causing the atrocities, the ill doings in society. They are the one that are being sponsored.
Yes.
If you check it vividly again from the other side, you get to understand that most of these youth, majority, don't really have specific thing to do.
Yeah.
So when they grab a little bit opportunity to go and exploit, they do that wholeheartedly
Without hesitation, without checking the risk involved in
the
it.
risks involved. Just yesterday, I was discussing with one of my friends, and then he told me that he went to work, and then he was surprised to see a little child picking up the remnant of the food he ate.
Oh my God.
And so he was then he was telling me that, okay, I should just imagine now with the way the situation the country is. Imagine this particular person now, he doesn't have anything to do, and then opportunity comes that, hey, you come and collect this, go and finish this person.
That's the end of it.
Automatically,
As little as 20,000 lives gone.
And he will damage that.
That is where we are concerned as citizens. That is where me and you come in. That is where we need to stand up to negotiate with our government. People that are speaking for us, they are speaking in the interest of their party, themselves, their family. So the campus voice of Nigeria is asking Mr. President a straight question. We have put ourselves together and we want to start up a new beginning. Let us come together as a people and let our voice speak for us.
Let our voice be heard.
Wow, this is huge. Ladies and gentlemen, I must be very honest to say this is another big discussion right here in the studio on our campus community. It's a very big one and it's quite sensitive and it's timely when we are talking about this issue that affects the students within the campus community. So without taking too much time, let's quickly go for another music break. And when we come back, we're going to go straight to look at some of the projects that we are going to initiate in place to begin this campaign, so we can be able to arrest these youth in their respective locations, respective communities, and begin to engage them immediately without taking too much time. So let's quickly go on a brief break to come back right here, and then we will be right on your airways talking about the specific project that we're going to initiate to attack this menace, these ills in the society, this indecency, and you can name them, okay? Stay tuned. You're still listening to 92.5 FM Cafe, and I'm your man, City Soldier, right here with my Fizzle. And of course, we are having the CEO of GBB, that's the
Rich Roots Breed.
Yes, grassroots breed. My friend just got that fast.
For me, yeah. One love is over.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, stick back on your airways right here. You're listening to MBS Campus just now, 2.5 FM Cafe. And I'm the man, City Soldier. We'll be talking right here on a couple of challenges, issues that are affecting the campus communities and the youth across the country, and looking for possible ways and solutions to address some of this problem right here. So back to you, Comrade O'Brien. So tell us one of the things. We have some specific project. We were looking at a project where we're going to flag a campaign, grab the mic, and drop the drums. This is one project that has been on our heart. We made a sampling of that project last year, July 15, 2024, and this is 2025. Now we're looking at how we can fly this project to talk about this issue, and also we have a plight on that project, to ensure that every student admitted within the campus communities, he undergoes a drug test to ensure that student is now positive. Okay, then such students should proceed. And if the student is positive, probably should proceed to the rehabilitation centers before coming back to the campuses. So that will help these campuses to reduce that. So far, so good. We have a clear and clean record of University of Abuja, that is actually doing that presently. So we're also looking out for some campuses, the campus in Abuja. We're also looking at some campuses who will key to that, because that is actually a problem. Like what you said earlier on, the drug consumption and drug abuse and the influence of narcotisms, is actually like a doorway to other crimes. And you cannot take it out of sync, because there is nobody in their right senses without an influence of narcotisms, or an illicit drug or substance will easily just go and attack somebody and take away their lives.
Thank you very much. We must be very quick on
Yes.
this because
Yes.
you have done all the jobs.
Now you really hit it well.
Yeah.
You have done all the jobs.